Hello and welcome to this episode of A Day in the Life of Johann Goree. This week's going to be very much office based. Myself and my team are on an absolute mission to knock out as many tax returns as we can before the Christmas break. So not long left. So let's see how we get on this week. Hello, welcome to Monday. It's 5 to 5 on Monday evening. Today has been a bit of a play catch up all day. So I had some technical issues in here this morning, which meant I wasn't able to record my normal morning intro. And then I went into Ask the Accountant with Aaron Patrick straight away at 8:30 this morning for our live episode. So that was fine. All the technical issues were sorted, but we managed to do a great episode. But I just haven't had a chance since then to catch up with you guys. So what have we been doing today? We have had 8 new inquiry calls, 4 no-shows, which the marketing campaign that was from last week and going into this week, these aren't warm leads. They aren't coming to us from recommendations or anything like that. There's no pre-existing relationship, so it is very much a cold lead. All we know is that they're on QuickBooks, they're potentially interested in asking me a question, so they've not really got any buy-in. So we're seeing a 50% no-show rate at the moment, which not the end of the world, because I've got enough on at the moment to be able to get on with other stuff while I'm waiting for them to turn up or not turn up. So what else have we been doing? Well, at 2 o'clock today, I did a webinar for 2020 accountants, and I was there on behalf of Employment Hero, and I was sat there with Kaylee from Telaroo, and we were talking about the pain points of payroll and how using cloud accounting and payment solutions, you can make payroll quicker, easier, more efficient, and 10 times more profitable. I enjoy those webinars from a point of view of this is what we're doing, this is the success we're having. But then I also it really annoys me when people are sat there going, oh, well, that won't work for my firm, and oh, that's not how we work. It's like, that's great. If you don't want to use cloud technology, you just want to use desktops, then good for you. But I can guarantee if I was to meet your client, they'd move to us because we can offer a superior service, better features, better communication, better in all regards, at the same price, if not cheaper. So yeah, we do really well with payroll. Employment Hero powers our payroll tool, and that's great. And yeah, it's very efficient, very automated. So yeah, did that webinar. It was well attended. The questions were good questions. There was a few comments about, oh, well, that wouldn't work for us. It's like, that's fine. It doesn't have to work for you. Ultimately, it works for us, and that's what's important. I'm just here telling you what works for us. If you don't want to listen to that, if you're against change, then not an issue. But hey, you've attended a webinar. You can get a box ticked for your CPD and move on and ignore everything you've been told. So that's fine. So yeah, and then inquiry calls, and then tax returns. Jade and myself are doing a bit of a mission to get on with tax returns. Yeah, we're nowhere near as far ahead as I'd like us to be by December, if I'm honest. This year, I say this year, it seems every year there's something to take your eye off the ball. So this year we did an acquisition of Joe Wood's business. I've been busy at speaking sessions and stuff, and I'm the main tax return producer. I'm not allowed to dabble with bookkeeping, accounts, or anything else like that. All I'm really allowed to do is tax returns, because I can do them at a rate of knots, and client calls and questions, basically, and due diligence inquiries. But that's fine. I enjoy it. I feel productive doing tax returns because I can knock them out at quite a good rate. So today I have knocked out about 6 tax returns, all done and dusted in between calls. Basically, my team come to me, say, Johann, here's the information. We've done the bookkeeping. We've done this. Produce the tax return and file it, or get it authorised, then file. So we've done that. So yeah, we're getting there. Let me see. So before today, we were about 14% of our tax returns done and filed. So we don't count it as done until it's absolutely at HMRC's door. So yeah, so it was 14% was done by today. We've chased clients who we've sent tax returns for already and not had signed off. and we've knocked out a few quick and easy tax returns today as well. So we're now at 26% filed. So jumping from 14% to 26% just by pushing for those clients to sign off their tax returns that are actually done already, and get some of those easy ones that have been sat there waiting for us to process done, just shows what a bit of focus time will do. So yeah, 26% as of today, Monday. Let's see where we can get to by the end of the week and before Christmas. But ideally, I'd love 50 to 75% done before Christmas. I just don't see it happening. Clients just aren't responding quick enough. And then they'd send you stuff and demand stuff, and then you realise something's missing, and then they disappear, and then too busy to answer. So yeah, we'll see how we get on with the rest of this week with our tax return mission. But 14% up to by 12% to 26% in one day, I'm happy with that. Lots of easy wins, don't get me wrong, but I'm happy with that. So yeah, I will see you all tomorrow for another day of new inquiries, tax returns, team meetings, client engager meetings, etc. And we'll see what happens tomorrow. Good morning. It is Tuesday morning. It is 8:45. I'm just getting ready for my client engager team meeting that I have every Tuesday morning with the team. In this meeting, we normally talk about updates and where we're up to. So I'm hoping to get a progress report and a date that will be imminent for the release of the Client Engager client portal app. So we've been building this for quite a while. Because we're using a third party, it's just taking a bit of time to refine it to the point we would be happy with it. Whereas if Peter was building this, I think we'd probably be there by now. But this is outside of Peter's wheelhouse of expertise, and he's really busy with everything else. So it made sense to go to a third party to get it built. But there's a lot of backwards and forwards in, more so than we would have in normal feature development when we're doing it internally. So yeah, I'm hoping that's going to be imminent, ideally by the time this video goes out, really, but we will see. I'm also hoping for some updates on some new features in Client Engager, including the rolling out to beta testing of email saving and communication logs. So that would be really good if that was ready. And then the rest of the day is new inquiry calls. We've got 7 to deal with today, and I've also got all my tax returns to catch up on still. So Monday we were at 14% Monday morning of all of our tax returns filed. By the end of Monday we were at 26%. So I've already done and sent out 3 tax returns this morning. I got into the office about 8 o'clock, and yeah, in the last 45 minutes I've done about 3 tax returns, which is about average for me. If I've got all the information, I can compile a tax return in about 15 minutes or less. So yeah, that's good for me. I'm quite happy with that. So we'll see what the completion rate is this afternoon, but we're pushing forwards, that is for sure. I think because I know the rate, we can do 12% of our annual returns in a day. That's not bad going. So that's why I don't get too stressed about self-assessment tax return season, and I'm still quoting. Literally yesterday I sent out 2 quotes for self-assessment tax returns to come in ready for the end of January. So yeah, I know a lot of firms like to get it done out of the way and we've did it by the end of October or end of November. It's like, that's great, that's fine. If that's how you want to run your business, absolutely fine, and well done to you for having those systems in place. We would like to be further ahead than we are, but at the same time, I know my team are more than capable of handling the pressure and the amount of work, so we're not too worried. Last year we were able to do all of the tax returns. Even a lot of last minute ones came in January, and we didn't work evenings or weekends, so that's fine. This year I'm hoping to achieve the same level. No weekends worked, no evenings worked, and we'd be happy. So yeah, and if a client comes to us last minute with a tax return and we can fit it in, we'll do it. Of course we will. We won't charge them extra because it's just part of our work. So if I'm not having to do overtime to cover it, then we don't charge them extra. If we had to work a weekend or an evening to get a tax return done because someone came to us last minute, then yeah, we probably would charge them extra. But at the moment, we're not in that position, so that's fine. So yeah, I will tune in to my Client Engager team meeting and see how we get on with all of those updates, and we can go from there. I'll see you tonight. Good evening. It is 20 to 5 on Tuesday night. Busy day as per usual. Lots of sales calls technically, although what have we had? 1, 2, 3. So we had 8 new inquiry calls booked in, 4 didn't show up, 1 cancelled last minute, 1 was just after a bit of advice, sorry, 2 were just after a little bit of advice, and 1 was a potential lead. So we've sent them a quote and we'll see what comes of that. So yeah, not a bad day. We've increased our completed amount of tax returns from 26%, went up to 28%. So not a huge jump today, not like yesterday's 12%. But actually there's about a dozen tax returns now out and awaiting to be signed. So if they all get signed overnight and into tomorrow is going to have quite a nice big jump in percentage of completion without too much effort. So that's good. So yeah, it's been a good day. Also, Client Engager, we've got a new update coming. So I'm going to beta it this week and publicly announce it properly on Wednesday. So this video comes out on a week on Friday. So hopefully the features will be live by the time you get to watch this video. But basically we're going to be logging meetings and calls in Client Engager, and you're going to have the ability to log whether a client turns up late, and if so, how late, and we can report on that so we can work out client behavior. Do we want to encourage this person to stay as a client or not? So yeah, that's the new feature that'll be rolling out. So watch out for all the videos and the demos of that. That'll be really good. I'm really looking forward to using that and just helping to improve our note taking in our business, because you know, meeting notes and call notes aren't always well stored, shall we say. So to have that will be fantastic going forwards. So yeah, really good day. Nice Client Engager demo this morning as well. So yeah, not a bad day. And the day got better when just as I was finishing off, Amazon knocked at my door. I wasn't expecting an Amazon order, but Amazon knocked at my door, and there we go. 2 very nice bottles of red wine from Peter. Peter is our insolvency specialist who we work with. So he looks after all of our clients that are struggling and needing to go liquidation or insolvency. He's absolutely fantastic. He's one of those guys that you can just ring in the evening. I've spoken about him in videos before. But yeah, so a couple of nice bottles of red wine to enjoy over the Christmas period while relaxing a bit more. So that'll be lovely. So thank you very much, Peter. And if you're looking for an insolvency specialist, then have a word with Peter. He's absolutely brilliant. His care of our clients is phenomenal. So yeah, we've come across a lot of insolvency people. No one of us ever looked after our clients in the same way we would, apart from Peter, who yeah, just does a phenomenal job. So it's going to be much of the same tomorrow. Client meetings, new inquiries, team catch-ups, and the Client Engager live session in the evening. But yeah, let's see how all that goes, and hopefully we'll have more success out of our 8 inquiry calls we've got booked in for tomorrow than we had today. I'll see you all in the morning. Good morning. It is 8:45 on Wednesday morning. I've been in the office for about an hour, just cracking on. I've had a quick catch up with Jade, my operations manager. We've just gone through various open things like letters that we've got to send to client solicitors and all that good stuff. But I've also managed to get 6 tax returns sent out for signing. So we're at 28% at the moment. So 14% on Monday, 26% on Tuesday, 28% today. I'm hoping that we'll be able to knock quite a bit of that out to the park today. Like, we've got nearly 20 tax returns out for signing at the moment. So if they can all come back today signed, then that's a huge jump in our percentage again. So that'll be really good. So yeah, it's been a productive first part of the morning. What's happening today? So today I am going to be getting the authentication code for client window for WhatsApp communications with our clients from Meta. And we're going to get that set up finally. So we had a few complications with that where I wanted to use a number, but that meant what I hadn't realised was they were going to call that number, and there's an auto dial assist thing in the way, so that wasn't going to work. So we've fixed that problem now. So I've now got the code coming through today, which I'm looking forward to getting all that system up and running and inviting all the clients. We have just launched the promotion to say that Client Engager's client portal app will be live as of this weekend. So by the time you see this, that app will be live. We've just put that across the social medias, so social medias are blowing up right now for us, which is great. Speaking of blowing up, we hit a controversial point in one of our shorts with Ask the Accountant podcast pit stops with Phil Hoban. So Phil was talking about AI and top 3 reasons he likes AI, and we did a short using that. And within about an hour and a half or 2 hours, it had been seen by like 2,000 people and lots of comments and reactions, which was, yeah, they weren't overly fair comments to Phil, because he was talking about the accounting industry, and these people were saying it will cost people jobs because it's already cost people jobs in marketing. It's like, it might do, but in the accounting industry, it's not going to replace accountants. So yeah, or bookkeepers for that matter. So yeah, unfair comments, shall we say, but it was very exciting to suddenly go out, see how normal low numbers suddenly spike and then flatten out a bit, because there was a bit of a spike based on the interest on that piece. So yeah, 2,000 views, 3,500 impressions in the space of an hour and a half. That was incredible to see on the Ask the Accountant channel yesterday. So yeah, it's got another 8 inquiry calls today. I've got team meeting at 9:15. I've got client window chat to get set up and running. We've got a new update rolling out this afternoon for beta testing in Client Engager, where we're going to do that meeting and calls testing. I've then got a meeting this evening at 6:30 with Xero, and we're going to try and get Client Engager certified with the Xero integration. And then I've got the live Client Engager session this evening as well. So it's going to be a very long and busy day, but I'm hoping to be implementing this new chat tool. I'm hoping to be training the team on this new Client Engager tool so they can start testing it for us. Hoping to get client window out live to our clients, and make a huge dent on those tax returns and inquiry calls. So a really busy day, but I'm actually really looking forward to it. So tune in later to see how we're getting on. Good morning. It is Thursday morning. It is 5 to 8. I didn't do a sign-off video yesterday just because it's such a long day, and quite frankly, it was hard work. So yesterday, inquiry calls did not go well. 5 out of 6 didn't turn up or cancelled last minute, and the one that did turn up was just after a bit of free advice, which is fine. I've no issue with that. But when the other 5 don't turn up at all, it makes it a hard day. 2 good Client Engager demos yesterday. Fantastic Client Engager session last night, 7:30 till 8:30 on the Facebook group. I got to show off the new meetings and call logging tool, which was fantastic. Lots of people on that session, like 25 to 30 people throughout the whole hour, which was brilliant for us. You know, normally we're around the 20 mark, so to get 25 to 30, and lots of new people asking questions about things, which is fantastic. That was a really efficient way to help answer lots of people's questions, so really enjoyed that. The meeting with Xero didn't go well for the integration and certification of Xero's API into Client Engager. Xero are monetizing their API basically, so there is no free open API of any value or any functionality, should we say. So all of a sudden we had to have panic meetings with Andy, myself and Peter, trying to work out how we're going to deal with this going forwards. Yeah, I can't say any more about it than that, but it's been a disappointing call with Xero, and disappointing feedback from the Xero UK team as well in regards to how they view it. So we are now going to have to go back to the drawing board and see how we model this, because we can't. Client Engager's commitment is to develop every tool that only costs us development time free of charge and add it as a value add to the product. The fact that Xero wants to charge us a monthly fee for the privilege of linking, and that fee goes up the more users we have, means that this API to Xero is not free. So we are going to have to recoup that cost somewhere. So we're just looking at different business models that we can use to do that. But extremely disappointing considering Free Agent Sage, QuickBooks, none of them have a charge to be using their API or for them to spend time testing that API for you to make sure they're happy with the security. So yeah, it is a bit Apple-esque of Xero to think they can do it. Obviously, they wouldn't be doing it if people weren't paying it. So we just need to have a look at that and how we're going to address that with the community of users. But yeah, it was a tough day yesterday. Today is going to be very much more inquiries, more client meetings. And this evening, I'll be recording our Christmas and New Year special Ask the Accountant podcasts. So myself and Aaron are going to jump on. We're going to do some pre-recorded content. So we've got a Christmas special and a New Year special rolling out, which gives us the 2 weeks off from live podcasting, which is fantastic. So last year this wasn't an issue because Christmas didn't fall on Mondays and New Year didn't fall on Monday. This year it is, but we're still keen that we go live. We go and have an episode every week still, and we've done that for 60 weeks, so we don't want to stop that now. So we're going to have a pre-recorded Christmas special and New Year special, which will be fantastic. I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, let's see what the day has in store for us. Hello, it is 20 to 5 on Thursday. So, busy day, lots of stopping and starting. It's been a bit of I'm shattered day, quite frankly. So, out of my 6 inquiries today, we had one sole trader looking for a bit of advice on how to treat personal and business expenses in the business account. 3 no-shows, 2 cancellations. So yeah, it's been a tough day. Had 2 fantastic Client Engager demos, both Centre users and what I would call power users of Centre. So Centre as a practice management tool was like Excel is to spreadsheets. Excel, right, is this incredible, powerful tool if you know how to use it. If you know your formulas and your formatting and stuff, Excel is incredible as a spreadsheet tool. However, if you don't, and all you're doing is equals, sum, brackets, cell to cell brackets, and a few bits and pieces like that, then you're not really getting the best out of Excel. Centre, as far as practice management concerns, was it had so much customization built in that you could do that if you understood Centre, you could make it an absolute powerhouse. The problem is Iris have brought Centre. Centre users aren't overly happy with it and haven't been for a while now, and they're all starting to look at moving around. We've had quite a lot of Centre users over the last year join Client Engager, which is great, but none of them were real power users like these 2 were today. So these 2 firms were really entrenched into Centre. They had all these automations and customizations. One is more able to move to us than the other at the moment. We've still got a few areas that the other one wants us to pick up on and work on. As with all of our demo calls, we've not made any promises or anything, but we've taken notes and we'll pass it on and we'll look at see what we can do, because the automations that they're looking for won't just help them, but they'll help every user of Client Engager, which happens to be coming very close to a key milestone, actually a few. So we are currently set on 398 firms using Client Engager and paying for it, 2 off 400. My personal goal was we would hit 200 firms this year. So with the fact we're about to hit 400 is absolutely phenomenal. Really excited to see that 400 figure when we clock over that number of paying firms. So yeah, Client Engager is going strength to strength. The Client Engager app is launching tonight as I film this, so it would have launched last week when you watch this. It's on the App Store. It's on the iPhone App Store, on the Android App Store. Your clients can upload, download, and e-sign documents from their portal in the app. It's incredible. Loads and loads of really positive excitement about that. On a less positive note, the Xero integration has been hit with what I've now heard that other developers are calling the Xero tax. So basically, Xero have put a paywall in front of their API. You have 2 options. Option 1, you either go into the Xero App Store, which means you've got to build out the Xero single sign-on and the Xero payment interface with their portal. For us, we think that's going to take about 8 weeks, which means no other development's happening apart from that. And then you go into their App Store, and they take 15% of any subscriptions via the App Store that you sign up. The other option is you don't go in the App Store. You don't have to do all the development building time, but you have to pay a fixed fee every month for the amount of connections that people are using. So we've decided to go down that fixed fee option, but we have had to tell the Xero users that that fee will be passed on to them directly as a bolt-on. Now it's only £5 a month per firm. So if your accounting firm's got 1 client or 1,000 clients, it doesn't matter. It's £5 a month. So it's a negligible amount, but it's the principle of the matter. Every other finance management software system out there is free of charge to use their API, to link to them. They'll look at it, they'll check it, they're happy with it, all free of charge. Xero, oh no. We've got to profit from this. So yeah, it's disappointing to say the least and frustrating, but we've been open, we've been honest with our community at Client Engager as to why we're doing it and what's led to it. They were very shocked in the most part that Xero put a paywall in front of their API, but at the same time they were kind of, yeah, we're shocked, but then we're not because it's Xero. So hey, that's it, that's fine. So that's been a bit of a challenge, just how we handle all of that today. So yeah, lots done, lots achieved. Not many tax returns were achieved. So yesterday we were at 28%. Today we're at 29.5%. We have still got loads of tax returns out there to be signed off though, so that's good. So yeah, and then this evening I'm going to finish up for a bit now before I go and record the Christmas special and the New Year special for next year with Aaron tonight for Ask the Accountant for our weekly episodes during the Christmas and New Year break. So let's have a look at how that goes, and I will catch up with you all properly again tomorrow. Good morning. It is 8:10 on Friday morning. I've been in the office for the last 70 minutes. I got in about 7 o'clock this morning. Client Engager launched their app late last night, so I've been sharing social media posts, responding to questions, just dealing with the social media aspect of launching a new feature, which is such a big feature and been so in demand for so long, industry-wide, shall we say. You know, like I know for a fact that I've asked every practice management software I've been with about the ability to have a client-facing app on mobile devices so that you can access their portals nice and easily, and actions, e-signing and stuff. Everyone said no one wants that. That's rubbish. Get rid of it. Terrible idea. Well, we asked our users this summer. They said yes, please. That would be incredible. We've delivered it today. So yeah, that went live late last night on Thursday night. So I've been promoting it all morning for the last hour or so and just responding to questions and stuff, which has been great. Yeah, early time to start, especially considering I know my last call today is booked in at 5 o'clock. But adrenaline filled, shall we say. So, you know, the excitement of going, yes, we've got this new thing and it's so big, it's so important that no one else has done it is just, yeah, fantastic. I mean, I've literally been in and eaten my breakfast in here, granola, for anyone that wants to know what Johann has for breakfast. I have granola and raisins. So yeah, and that's this morning. I mean, the rest of the day is all tax returns and inquiry calls, a couple of Client Engager demos, and catching up with a couple of team members that have been off this week but back in work today, so that'd be good. Last night's recording of the Ask the Accountant Christmas and New Year specials was fantastic. We did a reminiscence piece for Christmas, looking back, and we did a looking forward piece and some awards for 2023 for New Year, so that'd be good. They'll get released around Christmas and New Year throughout the Christmas break, so we're still delivering content even though we're going to be off. And that's it. So back to work. I've got more bings happening in my pocket because of social media for the Client Engager app. So I'll go deal with those and come back to you all later on today. Good evening. It is 5:30 on Friday night, so final sign off for the week. Very excited to be getting out of here for the weekend, a weekend of R&R. Although I need to go start doing some Christmas food shopping, get the frozen stuff in ready, and the cupboard stuff for the food and drink throughout the Christmas period. But yeah, so what's happened today? Inquiry calls, well, the less we say about them, the better. 1 out of 8 turned up. The rest either cancelled, rescheduled, or no-showed, which is just disappointing. And then we've got 2 fantastic demos for Client Engager. The Client Engager app is going down so well. Like, people are loving it, loads of great feedback, so we're really pleased with that. And I've just treated myself to a new gadget. So I've just had a booking come in for next year. So QuickBooks have asked me to do a thing with one of their roadshows next year. I can't go into too much detail now at the moment until it's all official, but QuickBooks are going to be doing something in February, which Aaron and myself will be on, so I'm looking forward to that. And with that in mind, I've just brought myself a new bit of gear. It's a DJI Osmo Pocket 3, or Pocket Osmo 3, Osmo Pocket 3, one of the two. It's a fantastic little vlogging camera, really small, easy to use, far better than using this huge DJI gimbal and Sony camera, better quality and even easier than using the DJI gimbal and iPhone. So yeah, really looking forward to getting that. It should arrive on Monday or Tuesday, so we'll have a play with that. Get you some different angles of the office and show you some more of my gear, I suppose, and stuff like that. But yes, thank you very much for tuning in, as always, to these A Day in the Lives. If there's anything you can think of that you think, oh, I'd like to know what Johann does here, or how he uses this tech, or what does he do for that tech, please ask away in the comments, and that way I can come up with some content for you. But thank you again for joining me this week, and don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you've enjoyed it. But yeah, I will see you all next week. Hello, my name's Johann. QuickBooks Advanced is a lot more powerful than QuickBooks Online. Okay, so I've decided to pack in work. It's about 5:15. But it's a good business. The owner just doesn't care. I'm not sure how much good content Liz is getting out of this.
We are live. I've got Johann Goree in the house.
And welcome to another episode of Ask the Accountant We Have Called Friends.
I run that firm. I do a podcast every week.
Aaron and I actually met and came up with the idea of this podcast in